Hi, I'm Mitch Gallagher. Welcome to Sweetwater's iOS Update. This week on the update, I've got a guitar tablature app for you. I've got a keyboard that works great with the iPad, the iPhone, and the iPod Touch, and I've got a tech tip on managing the memory in your iOS device. Let's dive in. This week, let's check out Guitar Pro, an app for displaying guitar tablature as well as creating guitar tablature on your iOS device. Now, Guitar Pro is an iOS version of a software that runs on Mac and Windows for creating guitar tablature. When you download the Guitar Pro app, it comes with a variety of things installed that came from the company. For example, we can load up a song here. When you touch that, it shows the full tablature. But the nice thing is we play that back. We've actually got drums, bass, and backing parts as well. Over here, we've got a little mixer. So we can choose to look at the solo guitar part. We have a volume control for that. We can switch over and display the rhythm guitar part. We can also switch down and show the acoustic bass part. And in fact, we can even show the drum part if we want to. You also have mixing capabilities, so you can control the relative balance of all those different parts. You can turn the drums down if you want to hear more of the solo guitar, whatever you might need to do in order to learn the song from the tablature. Now, Guitar Pro, as I mentioned, does come with some things installed, but there are also tons and tons of tabs available in the Guitar Pro format that you can download into your iOS device, whether from your computer or from the internet. You can get things from the Guitar Pro website that are professionally done tabs, and they have all the parts installed in them. You can also download free tabs from the internet, or there are different services that offer tabs for a small price as well. So just about any song you want is available as tablature, and you can probably get it into Guitar Pro and view it on there for learning the different parts. Now, Guitar Pro is not designed for complete tab creation, but you can put together quick little ideas, kind of a notepad kind of a function here. If we touch the pencil here, and then we hit New, it will come up and give us our basic settings. Now, when the file is created, you're presented with a little bit of tablature here, and you can insert notes into that. So, for example, we can select an 8th note on the 7th fret on the G string there. Now we can quickly add other notes as well. You can change what string you're on. You can move forward to the next note. We can add a half note here on the 3rd fret. We can jump down here to the next note, and we can add an 8th fret half note as well. So it's very quick, very easy to put in basic ideas. I wouldn't want to use this to try to notate a detailed solo or something like that. But it is effective for capturing a quick idea, creating exercises, doing those sorts of things using your iOS device. And then, of course, you can send this out, put it onto your computer, and flesh it out into a complete piece if you wanted to. So as a guitar player or a bass player, Guitar Pro, an incredibly useful tool to have in your musician's toolbox. All those tabs are available to you. You can make your own tabs, send things back and forth to your computer. Highly recommend this one to you. One of the beautiful things about making music with iOS devices is they're so portable. You can take them anywhere you want to go, and you can be writing music, you can be practicing, working on songs, whatever you want to do, you can just pull out your iOS device and you're ready to go. Now, when you're on the go, you can make music by simply, for example, playing the keys right on the iPad. I'm using GarageBand here. But it's sure nice to have an actual keyboard to play. The problem is finding one small enough to fit into a backpack or a small gig bag that you can take with you. And that's exactly what I've got here. I've got the M-Audio Keystation Mini 32. This is a little USB keyboard, plugs into the Apple camera connection kit, takes its power right from the iPad, so we don't need a power supply. We're still totally mobile. And it provides you with 32 keys that can drive any MIDI-compatible application on your iOS device. Has some extra features as well. For example, there's a sustain button, pitch bend buttons. So you can still do a complete keyboard performance just as you would with a full-size controller. When you're using your iOS device, it's a good idea to keep track of the memory capacity that you have available. All of our iOS devices have a limited amount of memory in them. This has 16 gigabytes, you can get 32 gigabytes, 64 gigabytes, whatever you have. Sooner or later, you're probably going to fill that up. It's nice to know where you stand, particularly when you're recording audio. A multi-track audio recording app can eat up that memory very quickly, as can video. So to check out what's going on with the memory in your unit, hit the Settings button, go to General, then go to Usage. Now in Usage, it will give you a list of all the apps that are installed. You can click Show Apps if you want to see all of them. It will also tell you how much memory is being used by each app. For example, I've got 4.3 gigabytes of video on my iPad here. I've got a gigabyte of Jamit. Aria, the multi-track recording app, has a little over a gigabyte. GarageBand has a gigabyte, and so on. Each one uses up a certain amount of memory. Now to get that memory back, to manage that, select the app, and then you'll get a screen that allows you to delete the app. When you delete the app, all the documents will also be deleted. Now, just because you deleted the app doesn't mean it's gone completely. You can reinstall that if you've downloaded it from the App Store or if you have it backed up on your computer. The data, on the other hand, you want to make sure you have backed up before you delete the app because it will be gone from here. But if I delete the app now, which is a jam it, I'd get that gigabyte back and have that available for other use. I've got a great app for your musician's toolbox this week. It's an app called Notability. Now, this isn't a music app. It's actually a note-taking app, and I use it all the time in the studio, on stage, and for all sorts of different applications. Notability lets you create notes on all kinds of different topics, anything you want to work on. For example, I've got some here on classes I teach. I've got some brainstorming notes here. I've got notes on sessions that I've done. I've got notes from interviews that I do on the Sweetwater Minute. And basically, you can type in your notes. But the cool thing about this, and the reason I really like it for musicians, is number one, you can also put audio notes into it. So you can record audio into it, whether it's a little song idea or whether you just want to quickly get down a lyric idea or make a verbal note of something that's happening. And you can also draw into this. So it's great for creating very quick microphone diagrams. You're in the studio, you want to remember how you have something mic'd up with the dimensions and things on it. You can quickly draw that into Notability. I found that having a note-taking app, whether you use Notability like I do or something else, is very valuable to have in your musician's toolbox. I'm constantly taking notes, and it lets me move away from having to carry a notebook or paper with me. I can have it all right in my iPad. Definitely something I highly recommend. Thanks for joining me for Sweetwater's iOS update this week. Be sure to tune in next time for more apps, hardware accessories, and tips for getting the most out of your iOS device for making music. I'm Mitch Gallagher.